All right, what is up, everybody? We are live. Let's jump right into it with paint scheme previews. It is down there if you want to follow along at home in the chat. It's going to start off a little slow, but we're going to pick up some speed here with some good schemes here toward the bottom. But starting off with the safety culture, we've seen this before on SVG's car, but Ross Chastain will be running it this week for the number one on Trackhouse there. Menards and Maytag are going to be on the number two for Austin Cindric. Number three is going to be Brestree for Austin Dillon, and then Zep. Good product if you need to remove, lime and stuff like that. It's actually a pretty good product there for Noah Gragson. Got the blue and the yellow there, a little bit of a different look for him. So good looking car. Typical car there for Kyle Larson, the HendrickCars.com at Chevrolet. We've all seen that one before. Consumer Cellular going to be on the side here for Brad Keselowski, continuing their long-term sponsorship, and just a familiar orange now there on that number 6. Although King's Hawaiian's not there anymore, but we're going to actually see a King's Hawaiian car in this field as we go on. Justin Haley, number 7, Gainbridge, once again. Cheddar's also on the side of the number 8 for Kyle Busch as he tries to win and get his way into the playoffs. 9 car going to be the blue Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet this week for Chase Elliott. Seabest with the Octopus for Gloctopus on the side of the number 10 for Ty Dillon. And here we go, King's Hawaiian. We don't get to see it as often, but it looks totally different on the number 11 here for Denny Hamlin, but I do like it. Sort of got like a Louis Vuitton look to it with the ghosted in or the in the background. King's Hawaiian crowns there with the King's Hawaiian on the side. Good looking car here for the law firm of JDA Hamlin. Let's see. We'll go ahead and put him in the top 5 already because I like that one. The number 12 Advance car. We've seen this one a bunch of times here for Ryan Blaney, but just a good-looking car. Always reminds me of the Miller Genuine Draft car. Similar, not necessarily the exact same, but always reminds me of that one. It's a good-looking car for him. Number 16 Celsius on the side there for AJ Allmendinger, the white and the orange. Fifth Third Bank on the side with the digital camo here for Chris Buescher in the 17. He's going to be looking, another RFK driver looking to lock his way in with a win as well. 19 is going to be the Tracker ATVs and boats there for Chase Briscoe. The 20 is going to be Ream for Christopher Bell. We've seen that one a few times too. 21 Dex Imaging for Josh Berry, the red and the white, but not the familiar red and the white scheme of the Wood Brothers, but still a decent looking car nonetheless. 22 Shell Pennzoil car is the normal paint scheme for Shell Pennzoil there. And here we go. Now we're starting to get into the meat of it. We've got the camouflage Columbia car. Anything camo is all automatically going to be in the top 5 for me. I'm a camo guy. I do like the way camo looks. One little tweak. It is camo. It's got a either teal or Carolina blue number, depending on, how you see your colors and stuff like that. The one small tweak I would have made on this camo car is do an orange number. I think the orange number, just because it's camo, it just really pops better. You're more familiar with seeing orange with camo. That's the only tweak I would have made to this. But either way, it's going in the top 5. But a small tweak, but a good-looking car nonetheless there for Columbia. Liberty University on the side of the number 24. United Rentals, going to be Austin Hill in the 33 this weekend here. 34, the Pickle car. Grillo's Pickles, Pickle Todd. Automatic top 5 paint scheme here. I love it. Pickle Todd, the Pickle car, Grillo's Pickles doing great stuff. The Grillo's Pickles, I've actually had them now. So Grillo's Pickles, I do have to say, great product as well. So Pickle Todd, automatic. And I hate to say this, Chumba Casinos has a different paint scheme, and it might possibly be worse than their normal Chumba Casinos paint scheme. And I really hate to say it because they have found a way to make an American flag paint scheme suck. This Chumba Casinos, I don't know what the look they're going for. Maybe their look is tacky, but I'm not in love with this one. And I hate to say it because I like American flags and I like American flag things. That one, just not looking so good, but we're going to see another casino down here later that actually pulls off what a good looking paint scheme can be. 38 Aaron's Lucky Dog here for Zane Smith. See if he can get a win here and lock his way in. Bonanza Wines, I think, on the side here for Cole, he's got Ron Hope on the side, but this is Cole Custer's car, so I'm not sure what the Ron Hope thing is all about. I'm sure it's a shout out to somebody. So Hopefully we figure that out here later. But it really looks reminiscent of an old Robbie Gordon paint scheme. It kind of looks like a throwback to the Robbie Gordon Jim Beam car there for Cole Custer. Good looking car nonetheless. John Hunter Nemechek, Pye Barker. He's got the Lee Petty tribute colors, the little red outline on the 42 here. And here we go, top 5, and probably my favorite scheme. If you're a Richard Petty fan, this is going to be your favorite scheme. If you're not a Richard Petty fan, I still feel like this is solidly in the top 5. But the Dollar Tree STP throwback here for Eric Jones, good looking car. I love it. It's my number 1, but definitely going to put it here in the top 5. McDonald Land on the side of the number 45 for Tyler Reddick. They've got the adult Happy Meals, I guess, going on over there at McDonald's right now with the mystery shake and all that good stuff. Good looking car for Tyler Reddick. Not in my top 5 though. 47 Duos Jack Link's beef jerky here for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They were also at Talladega. If you're into beef jerky, they had a and you're at the racetrack at Daytona, I'm sure they've got a stand there where you can get free packets of beef jerky. So be on the lookout for that because they had them at Talladega. I'm sure they've got them at Daytona. 48 Ally for Alex Bowman. Good looking car there. Arby's Jamocha Shake on the side there for Cody Ware. 54 Monster Energy, and the Jamocha Shake car does not look good to me. Sorry. The 54 regular Monster Energy there. Little Bites here and Capri Sun on the side for Ryan Priest. Good looking car. Got the pink chrome, and then you've got teal, and it fades into white. Good looking car there for sure. 66 Valhalla Viking Yachts. Good looking car here for Casey Mears and the Carl Long effort. So good looking car there. I like the looks of it. Hopefully they can get something going. Fly Alliance with the orange and the blue on a black backdrop there for Michael McDowell. Good looking car. I like it. It's pretty solid. Neither one of those in my top 5, but a good one. This one is in my top 5 though for Carson Hocevar Moto Casino. Really good looking car. You've got the beach colors, sort of a Miami feel to it, but you're in Florida, so not even close, but close enough, I guess. You got sort of a neon blue and a neon pink. Good looking car here for Carson Hocevar on a black backdrop. Good looking car. Good looking car also. Red Bull always brings it. Don't get to see this car often enough, but we have seen it enough that I can't consider it, like a unique paint scheme. But definitely, if it wasn't, always Red Bull's in the top 5. I love their schemes. And this car definitely going in the top 5, no doubt about it. The 99 Coca-Cola car for Daniel Suarez. Really good looking Coca-Cola paint scheme, and he's got to be in your top 5 as well. I don't know how many people I put in my top 5, but those are your top 5s. Qualifying was rained out, so they went to whatever they do for scoring and all that good stuff. And here is your lineup from bottom to the top. Joey Gase, Casey Mears, BJ McLeod, Justin Haley, Austin Hill, Cody Ware, and John Hunter Nemechek are going to be 40 through 44, or 40 through 34, I should say. Riley Herbst rolls off in the 33rd position. Noah Gregson and the Zepp Ford in 32nd. 31st position will be Ryan Priest and the Kroger Little Bites Capri Sun Ford. Chase Elliott's rolling off in 30th. 29th for Cole Custer. Todd Gilliland going to be 28th. The 27th position is going to be Tyler Reddick. Ahead of him will be Eric Jones and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 25th. 24th position is going to be Chris Buescher. In front of him will be Ty Dillon, Bubba Wallace, and AJ Allmendinger, taking us into the top 20, where Michael McDowell will roll off 20th. 19th place is going to be Ross Chastain, Ty Gibbs, 18th, Shane Van Gisbergen, 17th, Carson Hocevar, 16th, and Christopher Bell in your 15th position in the Rheem Toyota. Kyle Busch, looking to score that win and get into the playoffs, will be rolling off 14th. In front of him will be Zane Smith, Daniel Suarez, and Josh Berry in the 11th position. 10 through 5 is going to be Brad Keselowski, Chase Briscoe, William Byron, and Austin Dillon. Denny Hamlin and Austin Cindric there. And then your top 5 are going to be Austin Cindric, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, and Ryan Blaney, once again qualifying. Not necessarily rained out, but I guess they had thunder. So that is how it shakes up with whatever formula NASCAR has to set the field. All right, in the last 7 races of the drivers that have competed in all 7 of those races, your best average finish is a 10.4 from Alex Bowman, 12.1 for Bubba Wallace, 12.3 for Chris Buescher, 12.9 for Kyle Busch. So there you go, Kyle Busch fans. He has one of your best average finishes since 2022. Drivers that have raced all 7 races. Austin Cindric at a 16.0 is also up there. Christopher Bell next at 18.0. And even though he hasn't run all 7 races, Ty Gibbs at an 18.5 is going to be just behind Blaney at 18.4, and in front of Corey LaJoie at 18.6, obviously not in the race. And then you got Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Jones, all the other drivers below 20th in average finish. All right, there are your average finishers. Here are your previous winners. 2 times it has been William Byron. Then you've had Harrison Burton, Chris Buescher, Austin Cindric, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Austin Dillon since 2022. Have been drivers that have punched it into victory lane. And the laps led, not necessarily a key factor here at Daytona, but these are guys that are typically who you're going to see at the front if you're looking for stage points or something like that. Joey Logano at 158, Brad Keselowski at 126. And even though I thought he was going to be a road course ringer when he first came into Cup, super speedways really have seemed to suit Austin Cindric, who has 121 laps led at Daytona since 2022. The next closest man not in the hundreds would be Chase Briscoe at 78 and Ryan Blaney at 76. It is Daytona, so let's take a look at who has consistently got some top 10s here, 4 apiece in these 7 races for Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, and Kyle Busch. So if you're looking for consistency, those might be the guys to do it. And if you're looking at just overall driver average rating, Joey Logano is going to be statistically your most capable driver at a 96, a 90.0 for Austin Cindric, Chris Buescher at an 89.4, Eric Almirola not in the race at an 87.0, and then Kyle Busch at an 86.4, your first non-Ford driver of that particular list. So this is lining up to be a Ford track. Below him is Kevin Harvick at an 85, obviously not in the race. Bubba Wallace, a Toyota driver at 84. So there's your next driver, not a blue oval. So if you're looking for a non-blue oval pick here to sort of shake things up, Kyle Busch and a Chevy, Bubba Wallace and a Toyota going to be your picks there. Followed by some more Fords, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, then getting it broken up here by Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, and Michael McDowell. So there you go. Those are your statistics. Set your fantasy teams accordingly. Let's jump into the chat and see what you guys want to talk about on this race eve. And also, shout out to Parker Kligerman, who jumped in relief and got the win there for Connor Zilich and Dale Jr. or Junior Motorsports there. So good deal for them. We do have a poll question up if you'd like to jump in on the poll question. Who do you want to see win tonight? Misspelling there. I can't fix it at this point, so let's have some fun with it. Who you want to see win tonight? Kyle Busch at 45%. Any RFK car right now is at 21%. Rediker Bowman is at 5%. Someone 25th or worse in points is at 29%. It's a pretty tight poll so far. Get your votes in if you would like to. Let's jump into the chat. One wise guy saying slap the like button. What's up, Nathan Campbell? I think Tony Stewart will buy a Chevy NASCAR team that it currently has the Xfinity operation in a Cup operation, and they're both out of welcome, says Nathan Campbell. So he thinks Tony Stewart is going to buy RCR. So that's Nathan Campbell's prediction for the future. We'll see how that plays out. I don't know if Tony Stewart's interested in NASCAR anymore, but we'll see. Stranger things have happened. Fun fact, Austin Dillon broke his 68 winless streak last year's controversial Richmond win. Kyle Busch starts tonight's race with a, you guessed it, 68 winless streak. So there you go. Maybe this is the magic number, 68, and I owe you one for the RCR game. We will see what happens. Kyle Busch got some great numbers here at Daytona. I didn't pick winners, though, by the way. So statistically, I think it showed that Joey Logano is going to be your man to beat. And I think statistically, you do need to pick a Ford. I want to say, I'm just going to go with a complete wild card here and say an RFK car if it's a Ford. And I'm not going to say who my wild card pick would be, but I think you can guess it from probably what I'm wearing here. So every time I say his name, I seem to jinx him. So I'm not going to say it, but wild card pick, do the math on that one. I've given you enough clues. I think Kyle gets it done tonight, says Josh Benton. It would be cool. It would be a great story if he can get it done. So Jamie Schweitzer and Josh Benton looking at a Kyle Busch win there. While a Busch win would make a great story, I think Joey or another Team Penske car will win, says Jamie Schweitzer. Indeed, this is a Ford track, so it's got to I'm thinking an RFK win. I'm thinking an RFK win for a Ford driver. Brad Keselowski has some pretty good numbers here as well. 36 winner fantasy pick. I went with Cody Ware, says Jamie Schweitzer. So there you go. Jamie Schweitzer wants the chaos. He wants a Cody Ware win. OJ, what's up, my friend? What's up, Lanes? I want Cody Ware to win, says OJ. So there you go. 2 votes for Cody Ware and chaos. No RCR sweep after yesterday. And a vote for Cody Ware is just a vote for anybody I feel like below 25th in points. Let's see. No RCR sweep after yesterday, says In Between the Lanes. Yeah, indeed. Parker Kligerman went out there and put it on him. And if you're Parker Kligerman, man, you got to feel like, man, if I could only have sat in better equipment for any part of my career. He was always with pretty good teams, but never with just like, a Hendrick or something like that. Parker Kligerman is always going to be one of those guys that you're like, what could have been? And now he's on TV talking, and if I was Parker Kligerman, I'd be like, man, I feel like I'm better than a lot of these guys I'm talking about. And it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is in this sport these days. But yeah, Parker Kligerman, a very capable driver, and got the win last night. So won't be credited with it because he didn't start the race. But it will, I guess, be an asterisk beside that win for Connor Zilic. Connor Zilic officially scored with the win. So that makes 2 Daytona wins for Parker Kligerman that he didn't necessarily get the trophy for. I think he got disqualified on the other one, if I'm remembering correctly. Week 0 of college football, says In Between the Lanes. There you go. Week 0 of college football. It will be cranking up here pretty soon, and NFL preseason cranking up as well. What's up, BB and everyone? What's up, T-Van? Good to see you on here, my friend. Tennessee Smoky, number 43, Eric Jones throwback scheme to the STP is an excellent petty tribute, says Tennessee. Yeah, one of my favorite schemes, my favorite for sure. You don't like Chumba Casino, says OJ and Toothpaste, just not feeling the scheme today, not feeling the McDonald Land car. Yeah, it's different. It's interesting. I like what they're going for with it. It's not my favorite. I didn't put it in my top 5. Oh, well, if I did, I didn't mean to. But it's solid, but it's just not. They could have done a lot more with it, I feel like. They've had some really good McDonald's schemes. That one's they did a little bit flat, but not terrible. Just not one of their more elite ones. John P. Hey, BB, I had a gender reveal party last night. Got puddled off some of my famous blow, your lunch punch, 7 liquors, and they said it was time. I took my shorts off to reveal and got arrested, says John P. There you go, John P. He overindulged, and he did the wrong reveal at the wrong party. It is what it is. So that is the story of John P. The creative fiction, always appreciated, my friend. Let's see. Hope Suarez's Coke isn't flat after last year's Daytona 500 race. Indeed. Good looking car. Hopefully he can get a good finish with it. He's been on a little bit of a heater here recently, so hopefully he can make something happen with it. Thoughts on Colleague's new 10-car truck team? I don't know, man. I don't keep up with trucks like all that much. But as far as movement and stuff like that goes, I think the more interesting thing, it's not necessarily individually each move Trackhouse has made. And all of the moves seem to make sense, I guess, if you're Trackhouse. But since last year, if you look at the upper office of Trackhouse, you get rid of Ty Norris, you bring somebody else in. That move alone, may not raise an eyebrow, but you did it right there at playoff time. To me, that raises an eyebrow. You get a new investor group coming in. That alone doesn't raise an eyebrow. You now have a new director of performance. That alone doesn't raise an eyebrow, but maybe doing it right here, right before the playoffs, does raise an eyebrow. You get rid of the cornerstone who you started your team with in Daniel Suarez to bring in Connor Zilic. That alone is not going to raise an eyebrow because it makes sense that Connor Zilic seems to have more potential at this point in his career than Daniel Suarez has. Those things alone don't raise an eyebrow, but when you put them all together at one time, that is a lot of up top, with the exception of Suarez. That is a lot of up top movement, and Pitbull walks away too, right? Pitbull, a former owner, also walking away, like literally right before the Daytona 500 this year. All of that movement at one time does raise an alarm. Like, to me, like, what is going on with the structure at the top there of Trackhouse, and given they didn't have the fastest start to this season, is there a lot of restructuring going on at the top that we're not privy to? It seems like there's something going on up there at the very top of that organization. It could be good, it could be bad. It's just really weird that they've had so much movement here recently in that team. And I don't know if somebody's going to delve into that deeper, or if it's just, just the consequence of a new team that's growing and all that good stuff. But a lot of movement from Trackhouse, a team that's been very successful. And that's why I'm saying there's a lot of movement for a team that's been very successful. I'm more intrigued by that than the colleague deal, whatever Colleague's doing. I feel like Colleague is on their way up overall. So I think it's going to be interesting, but obviously it's looking, like Colleague is going to be a Dodge team, right? That's like the That's what everybody's saying about that. So yeah, a Dodge team, colleague, that's cool. But I'm more interested in what's going on over at Trackhouse as far as management and moves like that are going. But yeah, of course, the big rumor is will colleague go to Dodge? Will they not? So we'll see. We'll see what happens over there. Will there be 10 Dodges in the field, all fielded by colleague? I guess that'll be the question as far as that goes. A lot of cool looking cars. Says Shy. Indeed. Outstanding paint schemes today for a lot of guys. Guts Glory Ram says in between the lanes, laughing my butt off at Dirty Duff, says OJ and Toothpaste. Parker Kligerman should be credited with the win last night. Stupid rule. They need to change it, says OJ and Toothpaste. Yeah, just do it like you would do any other race. Like when they have drivers that fill in. Like if you look at the 24-hour races and stuff, it has a list of drivers that won that race. Just do two names. Like on the win thing, just do two names. They both get the win. They both were, they were part of that team. They got the win, one driver over here, one driver over there. Just put the slash in it like you would for any type of endurance race, which people don't think about it, but a NASCAR race is technically a mini endurance race. It is what it is. That's NASCAR's got their rules. They're not going to listen to me or anybody else for that matter. Let's see. Do you think Dodge will come back to Cup with Colleague eventually? I don't know. I mean, Dodge is going to, I do think Dodge will come back to Cup. Who they come back with, I have no idea. Is Colleague actually going to be the Dodge team? We don't know. Like that's all things are up in the air. But a lot of people seem to be thinking that Colleague is going to be the Dodge link. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it all shakes out. I'm going to be patient on that one and wait to see because I feel like it's just around the corner. As soon as the season ends, I'm sure Dodge will announce who the teams are. They just don't want to tank those teams right now for the playoff run. And I think that's actually what they're waiting on. Chase Elliott wins tonight. If Elliott doesn't win, I want to see chaos as someone outside the top 30 in points eligible for the playoffs, says Joseph Wooten. There you go. So Joseph wants to see maximum chaos. That's his vote in the poll question. Ram doesn't want to sink anybody in the Truck Series. I should clarify. Dodge isn't going to announce the Cup team until they're 100% sure, and they definitely don't want to tank a Cup team for 2 years till they can get a car in there. That is for certain. Do you think we have a new winner tonight? Says OJ and Toothpaste. I'm hopeful we have a new winner. I think it's going to be a chaotic race. That's my thoughts on it. For sure. I think there's going to be maximum chaos. Hi, y'all from North Idaho. What's up, North Idaho? What is up, Cassandra? Will McCaskill is going 36. The three Bs on the cover of NASCAR 25, Byron, Blaney, and Bell. There you go. Got the killer Bs on the cover there for NASCAR 25. They did do the cover reveal this week for sure. Will McCaskill is going with Carson, so he's going with Carson Hocevar for the win. Cassandra is going with Mad Brad or Rowdy for the win. I like those. Both good picks. I like the Carson Hocevar pick too there, Will. Good pick. Cody Ware Supremacy says Milton. So Milton is wanting the Cody Ware win as well. A lot of people pulling for the Cody Ware win. Sporting my Petty Blue and STP fluorescent red hat tonight. Autographed by the King, Lee Petty, Maurice Petty, and Dale Inman. Priceless to me, says Smokey. There you go. I got the... this one's Richard Petty right here. I got the Richard Petty Mopar with the autograph on it. So I'm with you. I like them. They're really cool. I think I've never worn that hat. I don't think I've ever actually put it on. It's really cool. I like all those dudes. So good piece of merch there you got there, Smokey, for sure. Hoping for some green flag pit stops, says Brickyard Brickhead. Yeah, that would be really cool in this one for sure. Hopefully it's not a caution fest. I feel like it's going to be very chaotic though. With everybody trying to like get their way in with a win, you got some big names back there trying to get their way into the playoffs with a win. I think it's going to be chaotic tonight. Connor Zilic to Cup full-time in 2020, at least the last stage. Connor Zilic to Cup full-time in 2026. Indeed. I think that's probably the worst Cup kept secret of all time. Like I said, last week, Bowman is going to fight hard to not be the only Hendrick driver in the playoffs. Today is starting position is in his favor. I'm rooting for Bowman for the win, says 1776. Yeah, and Bowman average finish-wise has the best average finish here of anybody else that has run all 7 races, as we covered at the very beginning here. So could be a good deal. Speaking of colleague to Ram trucks, who do you think gets a seat? Says in between lanes. That's going to be the part. Who does Dodge take talent-wise? There are some big names talent-wise that would probably, like if you think about it, guys in the Xfinity or Truck Series that have been sitting there for a long time and they haven't had a crack or even a sniff of the Cup Series, but they have been racing really well. I mentioned Parker Kligerman earlier, right? If Parker Kligerman had been at the right point in his career, what if he got up with Dodge at this moment? Like, is there going to be a veteran? Because I'm imagining Dodge is going to want a couple of veterans. They're going to want a bunch of young kids as well. So it's going to be an interesting mix to see who Dodge gets over there driving those trucks as well. What talent do they vulture from the other driver development areas, or just some guys that don't have a strong driver development link with anybody? So that's going to be interesting. Going to put some pressure on Toyota, Ford, and Chevrolet on their driver development area. If it wasn't for SVG, the Trackhouse drama would be a bigger story. Says I just wouldn't. It would be. It would be for sure. I agree with you 100%. BB, we might have to do some testing with the new Ram NAS truck. Indeed. That would be a good time for sure. We will both be test drivers on that one at Martinsville. Let's see. BB, who wins Earth 2? I'm going with young Teasy, Ty Gibbs. So Ty Gibbs on Earth 2 for Jamie Schweitzer. He's actually going to be a pretty good pick on Earth 1. I hate to say it, but I think statistically your best pick for Earth 2 is going to be Ryan Preece. And hopefully we're all wrong about that. Hopefully Ryan Preece bucks the trend tonight and gets a top 10 finish here at Daytona for RFK. So statistically, I think it's Ryan Preece. Chatbot bro saying go Josephus. Indeed. Nice Hurricanes logo there as well for his icon. Trackhouse not getting guaranteed money since they didn't sign the charter agreement, bleeding money with little to show for it, says Tennessee Smokey. I think Trackhouse signed the agreement. I think the only ones that didn't were Front Row and 2311 to my understanding. Parker should keep that trophy at least, says Dirty Def. Yeah, hopefully they will print that. There's not just one trophy when you win a race. They will make you as many trophies as you want. You got to pay for them, but he will definitely get one of the trophies for sure. Now, the one you're holding in Victory Lane, hopefully he does get to keep that one as well. I don't think Connor Zilic would be like that anyway. So yeah, I think Parker Kligerman will keep the one in Victory Lane. But they print, they'll print one for like the owner. They'll print one for the crew chief. Whoever all wants one, they'll make a few more as far as that goes. 24, going to grab another one tonight. I'm hoping for a 25 plus point driver wins if Byron can't. Says Say Kyle. So there you go. He's wanting to lock Bowman in if Byron can't win. I feel what you're doing there. My friend. Let's see. Good to see you on here too, as well as always, my friend. Parker broke the flag, and good luck with all your future endeavors as well. We've talked a little bit behind the scenes. He's got some big things cooking, and everybody wish him luck as he takes the next step in his future. Good dude for sure. Parker broke the flag. Says in between the lanes. Hey, it happens sometimes. Little premature celebration, I think is what they call it. My driver of the number 47 car, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., will win the race, says Tony. So there you go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is going to win the race, says Tony. This is a good track for him, and this is one of those chaotic tracks that sort of suits his style as well. So I like the pick. Good, solid pick there. Colleague announced a 5-truck deal with Ram today, says Dirty Def. Hey, there you go. I didn't know they actually announced it. So there you go. I missed that before I jumped on here. How about that? Good job for Colleague. We'll see what happens with them. So now, oh man, that's going to be, wow. I didn't see that before I got on here. So there you go. That's going to be a crazy thing for them in the Cup Series. They're going to get zero support from Chevrolet. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them and their RCR alliance and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's going to be a tough one to navigate on the Cup side of things. But I think overall it's going to be the best move for them because now they're going to be far further up the Dodge pipeline than they are on the Chevrolet one. So overall, I think it's a win. It's just going to be a couple of rough years for them until you get the Dodge car in the Cup Series. BB, a mini endurance race. Says Perry Earl. Eric Jones could take that number 43 to a Daytona victory lane, says Smokey. Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch for me, says in between the lanes. Hell, hey, how about that? That would be a nice way to get it done. Probably you want Austin Dillon pushing Kyle Busch in that situation if they could figure it out. Man Baby Wrecking Machine is in the 33, says Camaro 50. So Austin Hill fan through and through, Camaro 50. Yeah, Austin Hill, you're either with him or you're against him, and Camaro is against him. Keep an eye on that 7 tonight, says Perry Earl. Hill is going to push Bush out front and then wreck the field behind him, says Camaro. Hey, there you go. There you go. There could technically be 3 RCR cars pushing each other for that win. That is a fact. Let's see. I could live with that, says Shaw. I think it's going to be a wild race for sure, says Josh Benton. Austin Hill is an absolute dog, says In Between the Lanes. The A-post flaps have me curious, says Shaw. Yeah, that's I don't know if that's really going to help or hurt anything, but there you go. Still wrapping my head around. I didn't know the Ram announcement came today, so that was crazy. I haven't looked at anything. I just literally got in, but yeah, cool deal. I have to break that one down. Ram should hire Haley Deegan and Natalie Decker. That would feed families. I love Friday nights alone, watching them on pit lane before they hop in the truck. They are so talented and fun to see, says John P. So there you go. John P. is a fan of the female drivers. Joseph Wooten. Hate to say it, but Kyle Busch wins on Earth 2. Yep. Unfortunately, this is that type of track, so it's either feast or famine. There's no in between on this one. May your fantasy team survive. Will SVG win tonight, says OJ and Toothpaste? I don't think so. Did you get the 87 Red Bull diecast? Not yet. Has not come in the mail. So mine takes forever to get here for some reason. Let's see, but I did purchase one. Yes. OJ and Toothpaste last year at some point. OJ and Toothpaste Earth 2. Maybe, says Shaw. Wallace will win tonight, says John. Yeah, Bubba Wallace has great numbers here. Good pick. I think he's got the best average finish for an overall for the Toyota side. Overall average finish in the last 7 races on the Toyota side. Hello, buddy. Glad your channel is thriving. Appreciate you there, Oakside. Always good to see you on here. Say Kyle saying much appreciated. Yes, sir. I want to see you do well, my friend. BB, will Austin Hill be full-time in Cup next season? That is a great question. It depends on what happens with Colleague. Now with the new information, I literally just found out on stream. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I don't know. If it is, I would think it would be with Colleague, because I don't know, unless RCR, it's going to depend on the lawsuit too. If RCR can get a charter through the lawsuit stuff, whatever happens with that. So it's going to be a cool deal to see that. I don't know, though. I think Jesse Love would probably be moved up first for RCR, if I'm guessing, but I don't know. A lot of stuff will play out this offseason, that is for sure, and a lot of it will hinge on Dodge, and the other bit of it will hinge on what happens with the lawsuit and the charters over there. Can you get an 87 and 88 Red Bull 124th combo from the Diecast Depot shop? Hey, there you go. Diecast Depot has both of them, the combo set, like the old 84 and the 83 back in the day. I left you a message in the Discord, a video of Adam Carolla showing off his Paul Newman race cars. Hey, there you go. Paul Newman had a ton of race cars. So good deal there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the trucks all run the same engines. They do. Ilmore. Only difference is the body. Yep. You are good on that one as far as I know. And if so, then if Dodge doesn't do well on the driver and team, the Cup will show that what they have. It says 1776. Indeed. So they're going to have to come up with an engine and a nose and probably a hood and some fenders for Cup. I think the rest of the Cup car is pretty much the same, but I think the fenders, the hood, and the nose, they can play around with. Last time I was checking on that. So they will have to come up with that. And they've got an engine, but they're going to have to refreshen it for today's rules. That is for sure. Could Colleague lease Ty Dillon's charter to RCR for one season? Says Tori. Hey, there you go. Maybe Colleague gets around it. They could lease for one season. I don't know that they would do that. I think they do want to at least still stay in the Cup mix to give Dodge the best chance over there. And I don't think Colleague is going to be the only Dodge team. I think there will be some other takers. I just don't know who they are. I think there will probably be a bigger team, and Colleague will be the secondary Dodge team. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. But there you go, Dodge and that's a big move. That's a big move from Colleague. We're gonna have to see how the rest of the dominoes fill out there. Going to be a huge thing. It's going to be a down season for him in Cup next year for sure, though. I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to the late Humpy Wheeler. Indeed, Humpy Wheeler, one of the all timers. For sure. I'm with you there, Jimmy Switzer. I remember going to CMS as a kid in the 70s and 80s, and Humpy was very approachable. Indeed. And I was saying on one of the other streams that when you went to an event at Charlotte, it always felt like such a much bigger event than anything uh, than anything at any other racetrack to me for the longest period of time. Now, other racetracks eventually caught up to what Humpy was doing and stuff like that, but Charlotte just felt like a big carnival. It almost felt like a state fair every time you went to a race there. And he was just, and there was stuff before the race that you didn't want to miss, so you were in your seats early. Yeah, Humpy Wheeler, one of a kind for sure. Who gets more fantasy points today, Ty Gibbs or C. Bell? I think C. Bell had slightly better numbers on average finish, so I will go with C. Bell, but it's going to be a coin flip. Going to be a coin flip. SVG first oval win today, says Denver Thurston. So there you go, Denver Thurston thinking that SVG gets the oval win today. The race will be calm until the end, says Perry Earl. Yeah, I think the last stage is going to be where it happens. I get your rumor. Austin Cindric will compete at the BP Adelaide Supercars Grand Finale on November 27th to 30th for Tickford Racing as a wild card entrant. Hey, there you go. There you go. Austin Cindric. So he will be the first Cup driver to dip his toe into the supercars and get a taste for what it's like over there. I think that's going to be, shout out to him for actually doing it, and hopefully he actually goes through with it. A few Cup drivers have tried to do it and things have happened, so hopefully it goes through with Austin Cindric if the rumor holds true. Appreciate you there, Denver. Appreciate you. All the Ram trucks in Colleague will be housed at the RCR campus, which is wild. Indeed, that's going to lead to a lot of speculation that RCR is going to Dodge as well, and maybe that was the friction that him and Richard Childress had. So that's everything about that's wild. Run away with the rumor mill as far as that goes. So yeah, that's a huge announcement from Colleague today. Gonna miss the race tonight because my niece is getting married, so I'm sure the race will be a banger, says Dirty Death, for sure. I got Tyrone Dillon in my fantasy lineup, says In Between the Lanes. Larson for the win, says Raven. Yeah, for sure. Not Larson's strongest track, but maybe he bucks the trend with Ryan Preece here today as well. Anybody can win today. Indeed, Art NASCAR, agree with you. It's going to be a wild one, I think. Gibbs for the win, says Chris MV. I like a Gibbs win. He's going to break through eventually. I'm still on the Gibbs train. Hey, BB, hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Enzo, hope you're doing well as well, my friend. Truckosaurus. Brickyard Truckosaurus was a big one. They on the Dale documentary, I think it came out, the Dale Senior ran that thing for a little while. There was at least one documentary I watched and they were talking about it. Do you think this will be another fuel mileage, fuel saving race, as OJ and Toothpaste? Maybe the first two stages will be, but I think after that, they're really just going to go for it. Too much on the line. I think Roger has had it with Ford struggles on the track and goes to Dodge because they don't have the truck department. So he could hide it much easier, says Jamie Schweitzer. Hey, there you go. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I think that would be a huge move. I don't know. It's been a wild year, but I'm thinking Roger probably stays with Ford. But if he doesn't, that's going to be a huge move. We already saw a huge move today. Apex Hunters want to see a right foot breaker compete, says Dirty Death. They do. They want to see somebody that breaks with their right foot in the sport for sure. What's up, Double B? You on Darlington? I'm going to miss Darlington. Unfortunately, got some prior obligations that I got to take care of. My son and I will be there. Keep up the good work. You're a good guy, and I wish you nothing but best. Appreciate you, True Dad. Thank you for the kind words, for sure. We might get rain. I'm going to miss that one, though. I do have some prior obligations that I need to get handled. We might get rain tonight, says OJ. Yeah, it's going to be. We're definitely going to get some rain at some point. So that's also going to factor into the fuel mileage deal as well. I hope not. The choo-choo train fuel saving is boring, says Camaro. Fuel saving is boring, and I think several factors will chime into that. I feel underwhelmed by the Dodge comeback. Last time they came back, they went straight to Evernham, says Enzo. I don't think it's over with yet. You think St. Petersburg for trucks will be cool? I hope it is. I think people are going to be overly negative about it, though, because it's another street race or a road course race, however you want to define it. So I think people are going to be upset about that. But I think it'll be a good deal overall. BB, what are you going to be eating during the race? I think I'm going to do. Macaroni, maybe. I'm doing dishwater poached lobster and microwave corn on the cob. Dishwater cooking is the only way to cook with hot water. There you go. Just make sure you don't get your shrimp from Walmart because they are radioactive, apparently, allegedly, according to sources. Let's see. Kyle Tony Bynes, Razor out next year, then can come back, says Nathan Campbell. How about they had to send a car to a special wind tunnel in California to test the new flap, says Dirty Death. Hey, there you go. There you go. Apparently they had a different jig over there that they need to use or something. I wonder what the deal was with that. Over or under at least one car getting airborne tonight, says Joseph Wooten. Oh, hopefully none. Hopefully none. But usually these type of speeds, you're going to see at least one. Is Days of Thunder 2 happening, says Chris MV. They said it's in the works. They say it's in the works. So we will see if it ever comes to fruition. A lot of times these things can die before they can die while they're in the works. So you never know. You never know with a movie if it'll actually get finished. Austin Cindric will get huge respect from Chevrolet and Ford supercar fans if he does it, says Denver. I agree. I'll give him huge respect. I already respect him anyway. He's a heck of a driver. But he will definitely get huge respect if he can go over there and make it happen and even have just a respectable finish, because that's just a difference. Their road coursing over there is just a different level. Always has been. I used to love watching it. Used to absolutely love watching it back on Speed Channel, middle of the night. I was a night owl back in the day. Used to love watching it in the middle of the night. Good stuff over there from the supercars, as always. BB, you going to the points race in North Wilkesboro, says Jamie Schweitzer. Hopefully I can make it. Hopefully. Hopefully I can make all the races one day, but you never know. Yes, North Wilkesboro is a good time for sure. With the departure of Suarez, do you think the 91 car makes more starts next year? I don't know. Justin Marks has been sort of he says it's been a distraction when they ran it, so I don't know. I don't know if he's going to take back what he was thinking on that or not. On what lap will you have what lap will you have to move up your garage pick? Probably before the first stage ends, if I'm guessing. Your prediction on the next Dodge team, says Enzo. Oh, that's a good question. From all the rumors, Trackhouse is waiting on Honda. Spire is probably also waiting on Honda. I mean, given the Colleague deal today and the fact that they're actually going to house the Dodge trucks on the RCR campus, you would have to lean toward RCR. Legacy, they have bucked the trend of going with Joe Gibbs stuff. They could be one. So those would be the first two picks off the top of my head, but it would be so strange to see an RCR Dodge, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I just can't wrap my head around it if it's ever going to happen, but it could. RFK, they do the engines for Ford, though, so I don't know if they would ever flip, but that's another one that could. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a wild move. It's a wild move. Did it happen now? I feel like I didn't think they would announce it until the playoffs started or whatever, but I guess because Colleague's not in the playoffs, I guess it didn't really matter. But what if AJ Allmendinger wins today and he gets no information from Chevrolet going forward, or Ty Dillon wins and they would get no information from Chevrolet going forward because of the Dodge link? Crazy. Busch is going to win a rain shortened race. Let's see who was saying that. Busch is going to win a rain-shortened race, says Josh Santos. RFK to Dodge because of the B. Kozlowski, says Nathan Campbell. There you go. Brad Kozlowski does have Dodge links. That would be a huge win if they could get RFK. That is for certain because RFK they've got an engine program. I'm definitely going to volunteer at St. Pete next year. Volunteered this year and met Elio Castroneves, says Josh. There you go. He's a pretty cool guy from everybody I've talked to that's met him. Do you like restaurants, Texas Roadhouse? They got pretty good rolls for sure. Let's see. Realistically, RFK going to Dodge would make sense to me. Yeah, I mean, they like you said, they got the engine department. RCR's got the engine department. So you have to look at the ones with an engine department. Legacy, they've been doing their own thing. They don't have an engine department yet, but with Dodge money, they could easily start one. They would just be a little bit behind the 8 ball, but you could hire some former guys that worked on Dodge engines in the Cup Series. As you know, Cup teams have been shrinking, so you could probably pick up some guys like that, Ernie Elliott, to oversee it or something like that. B Dodge is number one, says Shaw. There you go. Being Dodge is number one is definitely going to be better than being, a number two team. So the number two teams, easy decision for them. Some of the teams that are considered number one teams, it's going to be a harder decision for them. So it'll be interesting if Dodge can pluck one of those. Scotty Mack from IndyCar should race a truck at St. Pete, says OJ. Man, Scotty Mack needs to race a Cup car at any road course because him and SVG would put on an absolute show. I feel like if you saw any of their supercar battles, those two. Man, they put on some good shows for sure, and got a pretty good friendly rivalry too. SVG blocked him in on the podium one time, blocked him in so he couldn't get out of his car. So they've got a pretty friendly rivalry and some shenanigans go forth. instead of number 2 at Ford, says Shaw. The hat is Richard Childress Racing. Kyle's hat is Richard Childress Racing, says Nathan Campbell. BB, since Dover is going to get all the All-Star, are they going to add lights? Oh, that's a good question. You would imagine they're going to have to bring something. I cannot see RCR going to Dodge, says Shaw. Me either. But it's been a crazy few years for Cup. So you never know. I'm never going to say never. Austin Dillon hinted a reluctant handoff in control and management from RC in an interview after his Richmond win. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like if Austin Dillon's in charge, or has more say now, RCR number 3 Dodge would be weird. Oh yeah, that's gonna get hella blowback for sure. Let's see who sells their 2 charters first, Colleague or RCR. Probably neither. I'm thinking neither. RCR is looking to buy charters. How do you see the future of RCR and Dodge if it happens? Overall, it would probably be a good move for them because they would be the number 1 team instead of a number 2 team for Chevrolet. So yeah, and they can build engines. So yeah, there you go. I feel they would be about the same, says Enzo. How dumb was the Cracker Barrel move? Has not seemed to pay off for them financially. Looks like the stock is tanking, and the new logo, the old logo just looks better than the old logo looks better than the new logo. And to be honest with you, that's about all I know about it. I don't know too much. They changed the logo and their stock is tanking is about as far as I've gotten with it. So yeah, doesn't seem to be working with them so far. Santos, you live in my life, says Brickyard. I remember when Chevy did the 57 Chevy Bel Air scheme, says Chris MV. Yeah, those were not great looking cars. I just didn't the nose is where they missed it. Like the side scallops were pretty good looking. The nose on that particular generation of car just didn't work. I do remember it though, Chris. Yes, for sure. My fantasy team is Ross, Larson, Bill, Byron, Gilliland, SVG, and I'm 3 points to the cut line. Do you like my chances tonight, says Josh? I like the Ross pick. Larson at a super speedway is going to be dodgy. Bill, I like that pick. Byron, I like that pick. Gilliland, he's got some dodgy numbers there too. And SVG, I have no idea what SVG can do at a super speedway because he's a rookie. But yeah, I like two. Those are solid picks. Gilliland by the numbers and Larson by the numbers do not have good average finishes here, but it's a super speedway. It really doesn't matter who you pick because the big one could get anybody. So it's just going to be a crapshoot. This is a roll of the dice for anybody, fantasy wise for sure. Whoever gets Dodge, it can be getting the Focus, so that makes things very interesting. I can almost wrap my brain around an RCR Dodge. I mean, logistically, I understand it. I can wrap my head around that part. But seeing an RCR Dodge when for literally the existence of my entire life, it's been the Chevrolet team. They were the Goodwrench number 3 Chevrolet. That would be a lot. That would be a lot to wrap my head around. But there you go. I mean, it makes sense from a business standpoint, no doubt about it. Do you think Tony B, OJ and Toothpaste will win a truck championship this year? I'm doubtful. I'm doubtful on that one. Your company is called Cracker Barrel, and they took the cracker and the barrel out, says MGC. Let's see. Cracker Barrel is just the next victim of stakeholders not knowing their base, kind of like NASCAR, says Enzo. Hey, there you go. I don't know too much about it other than there's a logo change, and a lot of people have made YouTube videos about it that I have just kept scrolling. So I'll just be real with you. I've never been a huge fan of Cracker Barrel. I ate there a few times when I was a really little kid, and the first 2 times I ever ate there, I got sick and threw up. So every time I go to, it's like when you drink a liquor and get really sick off of it. That's how I feel about Cracker Barrel. Every time I go to Cracker Barrel, it's against my will, and I'm forced to eat like whatever I eat there. I haven't, thrown up since then, but like I've always got that memory in my head. So yeah, my mind every time I walk into a Cracker Barrel, I'm just like, please let it stay down. So that's my thoughts on Cracker Barrel. So I don't really care one way or the other. If they go out of business, it will not affect me. It'll actually be good because I won't ever get drugged there again. I've never been a fan. They went away with the country theme altogether. No more country. Oh, they're getting rid of the country store. Yeah, that's gonna cook them. That was the only interesting part of it. So yeah, that they're cooked if they get rid of that. Those 57 Chevy schemes were awful, says OJ and Toothpaste. Yeah, not a fan. I wasn't a fan either. Predictions for Trackhouse in the playoffs. If SVG can get past the first round, he could actually probably get to the round of 8, no doubt about it. I don't know if he would crack the round of 4 though. I forget when the road course race falls in that one. So let's see. If Cody Ware wins, will you shave your head? I mean, I don't have a ton of hair. I shaved it not too long ago anyway. But yeah, if he wins, I guess I could. Like, it doesn't matter. That's my normal haircut. I let it grow all the way out and then shave it. Not shave it all the way, but pretty close. If Cody Ware wins, yeah, just answer that one. What car is Dodge going to run? The Charger. The Charger is the one they came back at. I answer this one all the time. They've got one car and they're fixing to put a V8 back in it. I can't remember if it was the Charger or the Challenger. Dodge Charger. They would run the Dodge Charger because that's the car they've got. It's not all electric. They have gasoline variants of it, and they're soon going to have the 5.7 V8 is going back in there as well. They announced that with the NASCAR or Ram truck promo and all that stuff. Around that time, Dodge announced that the 5.7 was going back in the cars as well. Let's see. That would be catastrophic for them to go to Dodge, says Raven. Maybe. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. We don't know if they're doing it or not. We just know that Colleague is going to be running Dodge trucks. Cracker Barrel sucks, says OJ and Toothpaste. They will race the 2002 Neon, says OJ and Toothpaste, referring to Nathan. BB, these days of money changes everything. Money changes everything. Sing it, says Brickyard Brickheads. So there you go. The 8 fast last night. Fun race, says Chris MV. I say Dodge should run the Daytona Turbo Z in Cup. No, maybe, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna run the Charger. Dodge has the Charger, says Shaw. I'd rather have IHOP over Cracker Barrel for dinner. That's saying something. Yeah. Okay. So OJ's in the same boat with me. I've never cared for their food, so yeah, it's not a topic that I really care about. So there's some serious smoke swirling around Legacy Motor Club and Haas. Haas F1 also just switched to Toyota as well, or however it works in F1. So something to keep an eye on. Big moves rumored around that deal, says MG. So there you go. Legacy might be getting some serious Toyota help if Haas switches over as well. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye on for sure. If Haas and Legacy join up and become the new Alpha Toyota team. Kyle Busch and an RCR Dodge, I feel like a liberal 1 Earth 2. Says Enzo. Any DNFs Friday tonight, says Jamie Spicer. Yeah, probably. I would say we're going to get over 6 DNFs tonight. I think it's going to be a wild one. Yeah, that was a great race last night, says Raven. Yeah, and once again, shout out to Parker Kligerman, man. Just what could have been if he ever got with a big team. I think he's super underrated. RCR needs to combine their engines like Hendrick did with at the end of the Gen 6, says Josh Santos. Yeah, like they did for a while. Them and Hendrick were working together on engines, as far as I know, for a while. But I don't know if that is still the deal or not, depending on who you ask. It is or it isn't. Cracker Barrel, Swordfish, and Shrimp I got in Arkansas gave me food poisoning, put me in the ER, and led to my Peyronie's disease. Never again. That was a crooked move by them, John P. Definitely not shooting it straight with you on that one for sure. They really bent you over there. That's no doubt about that. How many pit road penalties and will fists be thrown, says Sir Wood Rooster? I don't think we'll see any fists, but we will definitely see some pit road penalties. As long as, and I hate to say it, man, because they're I know what they're doing. They're trying to get as much as possible on pit road, but as long as Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch is in a race, you're going to get at least 1 speeding penalty on pit road because they're just pushing the absolute limit of it every single time. 1988 Daytona Turbo Z, says Shah. There you go. The 88 Daytona Turbo Z. Most overrated restaurant or fast food restaurant in your opinion? Most overrated fast food restaurant. OJ and Toothpaste. Let me think on that for 1 second. Jamie Schweitzer saying yes. Shaw, Zilich and a Dodge next year, says Raven. I think Trackhouse is waiting on Honda. Is the rumor? Is the rumor? I shouldn't say I think it. The rumor out there is Trackhouse is waiting on Honda. Parker Kligerman, but with all the movement, you could easily make the argument that they are going to go Dodge. So you never know. Parker Kligerman did race for Penske and Xfinity in 2010 and 2011, I think, says OJ and Toothpaste. I have to look that up. I didn't know that he did. So, okay, I did not know that. Let's see. Who takes over for the colleague Xfinity team, says Enzo. I don't know. Spire maybe, says OJ and Toothpaste. So there you go. Maybe Spire picks it up. Judge said yesterday that Rick Ware Racing cannot sell a business to TJ Pusher before the lawsuit is settled, says Dirty Death. And that's what I'm thinking is going to be the exact same thing that happens with the charters, with the NASCAR versus 2311 Front Row Motorsports deal. They're gonna tell NASCAR you can't sell them until the lawsuit's finished and over with. Recce Spinhouse will cause the big one, says Jamie Schweitzer. Maybe he might cause the big one and still win. You never know. Thanks to the Fantasy League BB, it's been my first year and I've been having a blast. Thanks, say Kyle, for that one. He set that one up, so I got to give him all the credit. I'm just participating. He's been the manager, the commish, the league commissioner, I should say. I do enjoy Crystal Burger, says Brian Karsten. Who would be the most overrated fast food? I'm really trying to think of a fast food place that everybody's like, man, that place is really good. That's my first struggle. If Rowdy can keep it clean to the end, my money is on him, says Brett Whitesides. Yeah, he's got good numbers here, so it wouldn't surprise me. I think El Polo Loco is overrated, and Panda Express. Okay, so Panda Express, I never think about them being fast food, but yeah, Panda Express definitely overrated. I'll give you that one. Have you ever seen an update on the Jimmy Johnson stuff with Rick Ware? Just rumors, nothing like super official, but they just keep linking. They keep linking. Oh, sorry, I was thinking about Haas. Yeah, the lawsuit. They I don't know anything about that as far as if there's any updates on it, other than the fact that Rick Ware Racing can't sell until the lawsuit's over with, which somebody I think just put in the chat. But the Haas stuff, I got it mixed up because we were talking about Haas a minute ago. The Haas stuff, you just keep seeing rumors about Legacy and Haas. So if Legacy and Haas get it together, the lawsuit might just get dropped altogether. So I don't know what's going to happen over there with that. Farewell to Matt Crafton. It's been a good ride for many years, says Lloyd. Indeed. Had a heck of a career. He could get into the Hall of Fame with the 3 championships in trucks. It'll be interesting to see if he can get in there one day. Waffle House is the most underrated fast food place. The fights that happen inside the building is just seasoning, just like a cast iron pan, says Sir Wood Rooster. KFC, operated number 1, says Jamie Schweitzer. A well-operated KFC is really good for sure. I would say, for me, it's not, but I would say most, in North Carolina at least, we hype up Bojangles pretty good. And I think in Texas, they hype up Whataburger pretty good. Neither one of those places, when anybody else tries them, nobody else is like, oh, this place is amazing. They're just like, it's I mean, they don't say it's bad. They're like, it's all right. So I would say Whataburger and probably Bojangles would be regionally hyped up. But when other people from outside that region taste them, they're just like, let's see. Are you excited for the NFL this year, says OJ? Oh, yeah, every year until my team does bad. And then I get less excited about it. Everybody is a champion preseason. Most overrated fast food is Arby's, says Enzo. I feel like people trash Arby's though. I don't know that there's a lot of people running around saying Arby's is good. So I agree with you. The food's not great. I would say underrated would be easier. Like underrated, like Long John Silver's chicken tenders, best chicken tenders in the game. Everybody knows it. It's well established. Long John Silver's has the best chicken tenders of fast food in the world, period. So underrated would be easy. Jamie Schweitzer says overrated. Chick-fil-A is the most overrated fast food. That's a good point. Chick-fil-A is overrated. Chick-fil-A is really good, but people talk about it like it's like the best thing ever. It's just really good, solid fast food. It's not like what people make it out to be. That's a good point too. I feel like McDonald's is overrated, says Josh Santos. I feel like McDonald's people have always said is trash. So McDonald's definitely trash. Sonic is trash, says John P. Yeah, Sonic is. I'm not a big fan of Sonic. I've never had anything from Sonic that was good. 100%. Hoping Briscoe can win. Says NASCAR News Kid. Briscoe's got a good chance of winning here. He's got pretty solid stats. Nothing like groundbreaking or world beating, but he's got some pretty solid average finishes here. And he's an aggressive driver. This is an aggressive driver's type of track, so I could see him doing something here. Also, how many of the 5 trucks will be sponsored by one of Matt Collick's businesses, says MG. At first, probably a lot. We'll see, though. We'll see. I don't know. No, you know what? I'm going to take that back. They've got Ty Norris now, so I bet Ty Norris gets it handled. Ty Norris is one of the best business people to ever exist in the sport of NASCAR, so I'm going to say 0. I'm going to say 0. Ty Norris is going to find them. Taco John's is only a tiny step above Taco Bell, says Sir Wood Rooster. Agreed. So I will say, actually, I will put Taco. This is going to sound crazy, but hear me out on this. Taco Bell is overrated because Taco Bell used to be loved because Taco Bell was really cheap. Taco Bell is not really that cheap anymore. So now that Taco Bell has increased its price significantly and it's not like just cheap, good food, it's just really kind of mid-priced, crappy food. I would say Taco Bell would have to be probably the most overrated. It used to have legions of fans because it was so cheap, but now it's not even that cheap anymore. Sonic is elementary school cafeteria food. Agreed. Chipotle is going downhill and expensive now, says OJ. Wouldn't that be 2 different manufacturers, says Nathan Campbell. Yeah, they're going to take a hit, Nathan. They're going to take a hit on the cup side until Dodge gets their cup operation up in there for sure. Let's see. The 11 usually rides in the rear to avoid damage, and it bites him. Where does he start tonight? Says Aaron Flynn. Where did he start? Where did he end up here? He is starting in 6th place. So if he fades, he's going to have to just jump into the high side and fade back there. We have a KFC A&W, and it sucks, unfortunately, says OJ and Toothpaste. Yep, I've never been to an A&W. But KFC, if it's run well, is actually really, really good. If you see a standalone KFC, it's usually run pretty well, and it's usually pretty good. But they're few and far between. Meanwhile, mystery remains where RFK is getting their 3rd charter next year. So, yeah, and nobody's talking about it. I'm with you, Dirty Def. I might just need to make an episode about that. Like, where is RFK getting the 3rd charter from next year? White Castle is not for me, says Chris MV. Yeah, I've never had White Castle, so I can't speak on that one. Although there was like a great movie franchise, which is the greatest advertising that you could ever get, for sure. What's your dopest diecast, says Raven? I've got a Kevin Harvick autographed first win truck series deal, and it took him a long time to get that first truck series win, so that one is a pretty cool one. That's one of my favorites that just pops off the top of my head. Did you ever see KFC Taco Bell combined restaurant? Usually horrible, can't do either well, says Dirty Duff. That is typically a fact. And they used to have a Pizza Hut. It used to be KFC Taco Bell Pizza Hut. The 3 flag, we called it the 3 flag restaurant. We're going to 3 flags. McDonald's overrated, says Nathan Campbell. I don't feel like anybody has ever said McDonald's is good, though. Like, I'm just being real on that one. Chick-fil-A is not overrated, says Dirty Duff. I did qualify it. I said Chick-fil-A is overrated because people overhype it. I said it's good, but people do overhype it like it's the best thing ever, and it's not the best thing ever. It is definitely a really good fast food restaurant, and they're always usually pretty well run. Our Long John Silvers are still chicken planks, says Brickyard Brickhead. The Long John Silver closest to me has 1 car in the parking lot, and it's the worker at all times, says OJ and Toothpaste. The reason for that, OJ, is because they are so efficient with getting people in and out there that there's never a line. People just go through the drive-through so fast because they are so efficient. They are so good at what they do that's why there's not a line. At Long John Silver's, I have solved the mystery. That is why. That is why you never see cars in Long John Silver's. I'm just the facts. Just the facts, really. Anyone else cracking some cold ones for the race, says Enzo? I think a lot of people will be. Must be a front, says OJ and Toothpaste. Nobody has ever proven that, OJ. It is because they are efficient and they get the drivers, the cars in and out of there because they're so good at what they do. Never had Five Guys or In-N-Out. Five Guys is pretty good, but it's really, really expensive, chatbot. And In-N-Out is really good. So I will people from California do overhype In-N-Out, but it is really good. So I got to give In-N-Out credit where credit is due. Theirs is good. Give me some Church's Chicken, says Russell. Yeah, Church's Chicken has a cult following. There are fanatic Church's Chicken fans, no doubt about it. They said all 5 trucks are fully sponsored, says Dirty Death. There you go. Ty Norris, he gets it done. He gets it done, my friend. Used to get 10 tacos for $2.99, says Chap. Yep, there you go. There you go. Taco Bell. That was their claim to fame, was their expense. Is there even a rivalry in Cup anymore, says Chris MV? Denny Hamlin versus Kyle Larson, Joey Logano versus Denny Hamlin. We're developing a theme here. Ross Chastain versus Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain versus the field, Carson Hocevar versus whichever driver this week, aka Carson Hocevar versus the field. There's rivalries out there, but here's what Brad Keselowski said about rivalries pretty recently. He's talking about Kyle Busch. He said, me versus Kyle Busch in a rivalry, it's only a rivalry if we're both running in the top 10 fairly often. Neither one of us is running in the top 10 as often as we need to be for it to be a rivalry anymore. So as far as that goes, the rivalry has to have you have to have 2 drivers that are at the top. So the closest one right now would be Denny Hamlin versus Kyle Larson, and that's more of a rivalry between the fans because they go golfing and stuff allegedly all the time with each other. So it's more of a friendly rivalry between them, but between the fans of the drivers, it's a bigger rivalry for sure. Chipotle is underrated, says Josh Santos. Chipotle is pretty good. In-N-Out is overrated. Oh, okay. So MC thinks In-N-Out is overrated. It's fine. Okay, so I'm with you on that. I think it tastes pretty good, but people from California do overhype it. But it's not worth all the hype it gets from the West Coast, says MG. So there you go. There you go. And those are going to be fighting words because In-N-Out people are super all about it. But I thought In-N-Out was pretty good. I'm with you. I think it's pretty good, but it does get overhyped. And I think in the South we do the same, or at least in North Carolina we do the same thing with Bojangles. And I know in Texas they do the same thing with Whataburger. Both fine restaurants, but neither one of them deserve the hype that they get 100%. 2 Jack in the Box tacos for $2, says OJ and Toothpaste. There you go. Jack in the Box, rallies, tacos, $2. 2 for $2. Let's see. NASCAR should make a Daytona wild card playoff race, says Denver. Oh boy, that would yeah, man, that would be something else right there. Like if it was just like one race and the bottom 3 or 4 don't transfer to the next round, that would be insane. Oh man, that would be a miss. We're probably going to see the same thing here tonight though. With cat food meat, says OJ and Toothpaste. Talking about Jack in the Box. Subway is hard to beat. They're everywhere out west, says Brett. Yeah, Subway, you can pretty much find them everywhere. Has Casey Kane ever been sponsored by Raising Cane's? He has not. He has also never been sponsored by Casey's Pizza, but you know who has? Kyle Busch. Casey's Pizza, pretty good for sure. I'll give him that. Oh, Wawa or Sheets. This causes a war in our podcasts Discord. Here's my rationale behind it. I'm going to go with Sheets because they sponsored RCR. So I'm going with Sheets, but all my friends who were from the Philadelphia side, Westchester. They were from Westchester. So the vast majority of people I met in Westchester, they were all Wawa people. So they were Wawa. So it really just depends on what part of Pennsylvania you're from as to whether you're Wawa or Sheets. So I would say most of the people I know that care about that, they liked Wawa, but I'm a Sheets person. Because they've got the fry subscription if you like French fries, and also they sponsored RCR. So I go Sheets. I lean towards Sheets. Plus, there's not a Wawa as close to me as there is a Sheets, but they're 2 different experiences. So they're a similar thing, but they're 2 vastly different ways about going about your business. I will say that. I know I was talking about Johnson and Haas. Says Nathan Campbell. I got you. So there you go. Popeye's chicken is so far just rumors. Nathan Campbell, from what I've seen, Popeye's chicken is certainly overrated. Yeah, I don't like anything at Popeyes except their chicken sandwich was pretty good. But every time I eat at Popeyes, I feel terrible like 5 minutes after. So I don't do that anyway. I don't eat processed meat anymore anyway. I watched the thing about seed oils and stuff like that, and it freaked me out quite a bit, to be totally honest with you. So I honestly, this is all old knowledge for me. I don't eat processed. I try not to eat anything processed as much as I can anymore. Luckily, I'm still fat though, so haven't lost a ton of weight, but have lost some. I like the snack wraps from McDonald's when they brought them back recently. It says in between the lanes. There you go, snack wraps. I didn't know they took them away. McDonald's I've boycotted for quite some time now. Daytona used to be RCR's. McDonald's their shakes when the shake machine is working are good though. Daytona used to be RCR's track. They need to get back to performing and competing for that championship. Lost their intimidating facade, says Chatbot. Yeah, they need to get some. They need to get some wins here. Although Austin Dillon won within the last 7 races here. So they need another. They do need another super speedway win for sure. A 4-year-old Dirty Def would be hyped for McDonald's. For sure. McDonald's, the Happy Meal was the go-to. No such thing as really good fast food, says Shy. Hey, there you go. That's kind of where I'm at with it. That's why I was having difficulty with it, because I was trying to think of fast food restaurants that people really hyped up. But In-N-Out's, Chick-fil-A, they definitely have big cult followings for sure. So does Bojangles in North Carolina, and I know Whataburger in Texas for sure. And to somebody's point, Wawa in Pennsylvania, Wawa or Sheetz in Pennsylvania is a big deal for sure. Casey's in Iowa. Well, I guess it's the Midwest, but definitely they've got some in Iowa. Their pizza is really good too. Culver's is I see the cult following for Casey's. I see why it's a thing. Culver's is the best fast food place, says Josh Sanchez. I've never eaten it once. I need to check it out. Also, I've never eaten Cheddar, so I need to check them out too. It's like Unicorn, says Shaw. Do you have Long John Silver's franchise? Not yet. But if I keep talking, maybe they'll gift me one. Let me know, Long John Silver's, if you want to gift me a franchise. Carl's or Hardee's after breakfast is overpriced and overrated. Oh, yeah, Carl's Jr. / Hardee's, basically the same restaurant. Depends on what region you live in as to what it's called. Hardee's used to be really good, but then they got bought out by Carl's Jr. Totally different menu now, and not the same food it was way back when. The Roval is way overrated. Every NASCAR fan I've met can't stand it, except me. It's just like trying to mix a Suburban with Suburban. They just don't blend. Says Lloyd Barnes. I want to go see it one time, but I understand a lot of people want the double oval back for sure. There's a truck stop in Idaho that has a Taco Time, Pizza Hut, Cinnabon, KFC, and a burger joint. All the same workers going back and forth serving the food. Says OJ and Two-Face. That's crazy. I'll have to see where that's at if I ever go out that way and check it out. Five Guys is good, but way too expensive. Yes, it is good, but it is way too expensive for what it is. I agree with you 100%. BB, do you think Ram is sponsoring those trucks? Nope. I think Ty Norris has probably found another way of going about it. Ty Norris, I just believe in Ty Norris. Everywhere he goes, he makes it better. Bobby Hill versus the whole Infinity Series. LOL, says Joseph Wooten. There you go. Talking about Austin Hill versus the Xfinity Series. Five Guys is good, but if you bring a family of 4, oh boy, 150 is gone. Yes, sir. Agreed, 100%. It is expensive. Yes, they will tear up. They will tear up $100 bill. That's a fact. Love Church's Chicken, but you have to have a armed guard with you, says Brickyard Brickhead. I'm not getting into all that, but Church's Chicken, from what I've heard, is really, really good. The only one around here, I think, closed down a while back. I feel RFK is overhyped. They haven't been close to a win this year, says Enzo. They've had good speed, but something like when they've had good speed, they've had a bad finish. So yeah, but they've been sort of hit or miss. But they have, like, if it was natural points, this wouldn't even be a conversation because they would have 2 drivers in the 16. But it's not. It's winning you're in, and they have not won. I thought Popeyes was the only one that actually starts with cooking with raw chicken and cooking their chicken there. Says Sir Wood Rooster. I don't know. I'm not sure about anybody's process as far as that goes. Ford went downhill since the Logano-Talladega penalty, says Enzo. Oh, maybe. We'll have to see. Five Guys has really good burgers. I think they're still going to be the team to beat. They're still going to be the team to beat at a super speedway, though. Five Guys has really good burgers, but you can literally feel your arteries harden from all the grease, says Camaro. Yeah, I'm with you. And the 4 million pounds of fries they put in each bag, which they've gotten skimpy on that, but they used to just load the bag with fries too. Whataburger sucks, in my opinion, says OJ and Toothpaste. Yep, but I don't know. For whatever reason, Texas, man, they will hype it up for sure. I don't think it sucks, but I think it's okay, but not for the hype that it gets. Alabama, it's Jack's, and our Bojangles are overrated. LOL says Dirty Death. There you go. Jack's and Bojangles in Alabama are overrated. I do need to check out a Jack's, though, next time I come through that way, just to see what it's all about. I've never eaten at one. I don't even know what they have. I wish Subway had more drive-thrus. Yeah, I can't remember. I think there's one around here that has a drive-thru. The rest of them do not. Jersey Mike's is fire, though, says OJ and Toothpaste. Jersey Mike's is good, so I'll give Jersey Mike's credit. That's a good one. Everybody at Jersey Mike's gets one of two sandwiches. They either get the chicken Philly, or they around here, or they get the Italian. Let's see. I would put Freddy's in the same boat as Five Guys. Awesome food, but too much money. Yeah, Freddy's, the smash burger, way too much money for the smash burger. OJ and Toothpaste, shout out to Jersey Mike's. Always get rosemary parm bread and have the sandwich done Mike's way, says In Between the Lanes. Indeed. I don't like road courses as a whole, but I'm looking forward to watching a NASCAR race at a Navy base right next to the ocean. I think it has potential to be really good. I think that's going to be a good one, too. I'm excited for that one as well, Lloyd. I think that's going to be a good one. I'm with you. Popeye's chicken tenders used to be pretty good, says Dirty Duff. Like I said, the only thing I ever had from them that I liked was the chicken sandwich. But like I said, it was so heavy. It didn't make me sick. It just made me feel, you know what I mean? Dirty Duff says it's pretty good. Popeyes used to have great chicken, says Lloyd. McDonald's ice cream, good, like you said, when the machine is working. Yeah, when the machine is working. McDonald's functioning milkshake machine is another unicorn, says Shaw. When is Dale Jr. able to get the one from Teresa, says Nathan Campbell? Oh, I don't know. We'll see if that ever happens. I'm not sure. McDonald's Shamrock Shake is fire, though, too, says OJ and Toothpaste. They've got the new mystery shake out right now with the adult Happy Meal thing they got going on. BB, you get the number 8 special at Cheddar's, says In Between the Lanes. All right, if I get a chance to go to Cheddar's, I'll check out the number 8 and see what that's all about. Subway in Texas, says Nathan Campbell. Cheddar's, good food for a cheap price, and you get a lot, says Dirty Death. Okay, so I have to check out Cheddar's and see what they're all about. Let's see. Brahms has really good quality burgers and food overall. It's a good price too, says Lloyd. I've never even heard of a Brahms, so I'll have to see what they're all about if I see one on my next road trip, which should be coming up pretty soon here. McDonald's wilding lately. 10-piece solo be $10. Ain't no way. Says Russell Dominguez. Yeah, I told my buddy the other day it's like $15 or $16 for a Big Mac combo if you order one. Like, I was just pricing it out because I didn't believe what people were saying on the internet, but I priced one out and I was like, dang, McDonald's, man, they're tripping, dude. And from what I hear, they're shrinking the patties too, so you're getting less and paying more. Daniel Dye, that is sponsoring one of them. Daniel Dye's dad is sponsoring one of them. Says Nathan Campbell. If you can't eat Popeyes, BB, then Church's is out. 5 times more greasy, says Dirty Duff. I used to have a Quiznos. Quiznos used to be really good. They tanked themselves, unfortunately, though. Had some great commercials, though, back in the day, early 2000s. Ever ate at Varsity in Georgia? It's pretty decent, says Dirty Duff. I have not ate at the Varsity in Georgia, but I will put it on the list. I'll put it on the list. The McRib is good, but can't be good for you, says Chris MV. Indeed, McRib, that's another one. You either love it or you hate it. I had a Subway in my town, and now a Jersey Mike's took its spot recently, says In Between the Lanes. I think you probably got the better sandwich shop as far as that goes. Subway's a little bit cheaper, but I think Jersey Mike's has the better overall sandwich selection, if I'm guessing. Culver's, but Subway keeps changing their menu, so I don't know. Culver's is new in our area. The Culver's Deluxe closes down all the nearby fast food competitors, says Tennessee. Hey, there you go. So big vote there for Culver from Tennessee. Jack's is more of a breakfast place, and lunch is burgers and chicken, says Dirty Duff. Okay, so it's more of that's actually kind of what Bojangles is too. Bojangles is more like you can get lunch there, but really the strong point is the biscuits. So yeah, I got you. What in the world is going on with the way NASCAR did qualifying? They used to do it by points if it was postponed due to the weather, but the other day was a disaster, says Jimmy. Yeah, they have like a new system where it's like your last 5 or 6 races or something like that, and then your points, and it's like a combination of that. It's really weird. I agree with you. It's kind of it's more complicated than it necessarily needs to be. Never been to a Jack, says OJ and Toothpaste. Cracking a Blue Moon now for y'all, says Russell. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Russell. Enjoy your Blue Moon. Do you have the orange slice with it? That is the real question. Next time you're in, or do you not fruit the beer? Next time you're in the neighborhood, hit up Church's Chicken on North Roxborough Street in Durham, says Timber Ace. All right. So that's probably, I guess, the closest one. I don't know. I think this internet fixed has blocked me for days. I went camping my cell spot and like $75 HP laptop. It worked. I took it home and changed the settings to get it to work too. Says Gatorade. Hopefully you get your. I've had my fair share of internet problems too, brother. So I feel your pain. In-N-Out makes the best fast food restaurant shakes. Says Joseph Wooten. Yeah, In-N-Out, they do have, they are well known for their shakes too. It's like the double double in a shake is, I guess, like the go-to, like that's like the big order you get or whatever, or what everybody tells you to get. Chase should have been up front, not 30th. Not understanding that, says Jimmy. Yeah, that shocked me too. I think he's like 28th or something. I don't know exactly where he started, but yeah, he was pretty far back there. That surprised me as well. I'm with you on that one. BB, are you going to get the Wendy's Train Your Dragon meal today? Says OJ and Toothpaste. I'm not. I'm not going to do the Wendy's Train Your Dragon. We did the Burger King one because I could swap it in for the Impossible Whopper. So that's the only reason that one happened, my buddy. So you'll have to keep it. You'll have to keep it with my new anti-seed oil campaign. BK has chicken nuggets, or we'll let one of you guys do it, and I'll edit it for you. BK has the chicken nuggets. I dropped a video in Discord just to be clear what we're talking about there. BK has chicken nuggets, 8 for $3. Says Dirty Duff. Hey, there you go, BK. Have it your way. Let's see, half of that. Half the chat's debating Dodge, half fast food. Meanwhile, Daytona's about to serve us with 200 miles, all you can wreck buffet with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as the lead chef. There you go. There you go. Raven, bringing it back to racing. We went down the food rabbit hole for sure, or also the Dodge rabbit hole. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the Dodge deal, but that's a huge announcement that they went to Collie today. Crazy. I went to Burger King meal, $15, says Gatorade. Yep. Everywhere is going up, man. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on nowadays. Lloyd, are you from Texas? Says Nathan Campbell. Old Big Skull Crunch KFC before they made it tiny. The KFC Zinger was the best thing KFC had back in the day. You can't get it no more though. Firehouse is good. Firehouse Subs is pretty good. I get Miss Vicky's. That's a sub. It's a sub place owned by firefighters. I don't know if everybody has one in their area or not. I get Miss Vicky's chips with my sandwich at Jersey Mike's. I get the jalapeno ones, and sometimes the cookies and brownies for dessert. Says in between lanes. Lanes, my man, eating big for lunch. Man, that's a heavy one. No. You could get like the regular. I get you. I was thinking I always get like the foot long or whatever, and then I just don't get anything else except maybe a drink sometimes. When the timeout NC for chicken biscuit years ago, says Brick, are you Brickhead? Yeah, that's an absolute legend on Franklin Street. I think they got another location too, but Franklin Street and Chapel Hill. That's the big location, especially if you're a Tar Heel fan. They got all the Tar Heel stuff up on the wall. Let's see. Rest easy, King Cobra JFS, says Dr. House MD. Indeed. Thank you for explaining, says Jimmy Dix. No problem, my dude. Do the best I can. Xfinity race set a high bar again last night. I think they have consistently put on a better show lately than the Cup guys. I agree with you because the car is better. You can actually race it better. So I agree with you 100% on that, in my opinion, says Brett. Yeah, the car is just easier to race. It puts on a better show for circle tracks than the Cup Series car does, and sometimes at road courses too, which is crazy because this is basically a road course car. The way it's designed. Double orange slice always. BB says Russell Dominguez. I like orange drink. Definitely really good. Let's see. Does Costco have? It's literally the worst soda for you, though. Unfortunately, does Costco have the best bang for the buck $1.50 hot dog with a drink? Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you got the Costco card, for sure, it's hard to beat it, and they're never going to go up on the price, is what the owner said. So, good deal for sure. Custard or ice cream? I like ice cream. Custard is growing on me, says Dirty Diff. I like cold custard, so custard is definitely a close second, but I like ice cream overall better, especially if it's homemade. Better late than never, says one wise guy. Welcome to the stream, my brother. Always good to see you on here. Most local diners, drive-ins, and dives are much better food than any fast food. Agree with you 100%, Tennessee. Give me a cheeseburger and onion rings or a full order of jumbo fried shrimp. Yep, for sure. Definitely. I agree with you. 79% off last finish and 30% where you are ranking the owner's points is the metric, says Dirty Duff. Okay, so there you go. There's the that's how they score it these days. So last finish is what I guess what hurt Chase Elliott there. Days of Thunder 2 should have an Easter egg of Lightning McQueen and a Wonder Bread car, says Chris MV. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Also, if they could squeeze in a stroker ace car, that would be cool. Lloyd saying yes, he's a Texan. Zinger was good, says Dirty Def. Yep, one of my favorites of all time. Fast food, period. Russell Dominguez saying go Heels. Make all you can eat buffets great again. Says Tori. Is Sizzler the best restaurant? Says OJ and Toothpaste. So there was like Western Sear, there was Western Sizzler, then they just went to Sizzler. Then there's Golden Corral. So that's a poll question for the off season. We'll get into the food stuff in the off season for sure. Cindric or Bubba today, says one wise guy. I went with Bubba Wallace because of his previous finishes. I can't remember if that was one for the fantasy picks or not, but overall, Bubba Wallace is like top 5 average finish, so I went with him over Cindric in fantasy, if that was one of the picks. I can't remember or not, but I do remember Bubba being statistically average finish better. Hey, do you think RCR will buy a third charter so they don't lose Jesse Love, or Sheldon Hill? I think they're trying to, Jeffrey. I think they are looking to try to keep one of those guys over there. So yes, I do think they will. They're trying to get a third charter. Whether they can get it done or not, I don't know. It's definitely going to depend on the fallout from the 2311 Front Row Motorsports case as to whether or not that's going to be viable, I think. Unless they can strike a deal with Hayek or somebody. I don't know. I've been enjoying the stream, but just got the call. I have to go back to work to do 1 minute of work. MRN is queued up. Says, Sir Wood Rooster, good luck with your 1 minute of work. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Larson said he would like to see HMS field 4 Xfinity cars. That would be pretty cool. JGR as well, and get Penske back in Xfinity. So the big rumor is Carson Voppel is going to be driving for Penske in the Xfinity Series for next year. So we might get Penske back in the Xfinity Series. I'm thinking, are you trying to kill all the series? Says Dirty Def. He might be. Yes, I agree about the Xfinity cars. They are built in shop, unlike the next gen cars. Yep. They just put on a better show right now. I want the Priest Wonderbread car. That was a pretty cool car. They had the combo too. You could get the Old Spice and the Wonderbread in one set, if I remember correctly. We should go the opposite way at Daytona. Right turns, says OJ and Toothpaste. That was the old EA Sports NASCAR game. There was a speedway, I think it was called Tiburon. It was basically like a backwards Daytona, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Quincy's, Dirty Def, dude. Quincy's, the big fat yeast rolls at Quincy's were absolutely amazing. They still have a Quincy's in South Carolina. I think they still have two Quincy's in South Carolina. They do still exist. They also sponsored Alan Kowicki's car back in the day, number 35, if I'm not mistaken on that one. But yeah, Quincy's, the yeast rolls were amazing for sure. Do you think Tony comes back along with Harvick to Dodge? Says Nathan Campbell. That's a great question. I don't know if Tony Stewart wants to mess with NASCAR anymore. Maybe Gene Haas. I don't know. There's so many variables and factors there. I'm surprised that Colleague announced it this early today. Yeah, crazy work. But yeah, big things happening in the Ram Dodge camp for sure. We'll have to see how it plays out. I don't know if Tony Stewart's interested in NASCAR. He seems to have said a lot of negative things about it and seems to be more at peace since leaving. So I don't know if he's going to come back or not, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. It's been a season. It's been several years of strange things happening in the Cup Series. So I will never say no to any of it. Nathan Campbell saying, me too. Dodge reworking aerodynamics of the Dodge Charger Daytona for return to racing, says Tennessee Smokey. I don't know. We'll have to see. One wise guy dropping the merch link. Yeah, if you want to check out the merch link, I think we still got the $10 t-shirts if I'm not mistaken. Jesse linked the 2 Legacy Motor Club. Says Nathan Campbell. Yep, there you go. And if Legacy Motor Club stays with Toyota or goes to Dodge, that would be an angle too. So all kinds of stuff going on with that. They should do a coin flip for track rotation every race if it's left or right, says Raven. Some tracks do that for lower divisions. It's a trip. Quincy's still in South Carolina, says Dirty Def. Yep. Last time I checked, there was still at least 1 Quincy's, I think 2 in South Carolina. Is Outback the best steakhouse ever, says OJ and Toothpaste? Could be. The Outback Steakhouse, if I'm not mistaken, was started by some dude in Florida, and he has just used nothing but Australian theme to the Outback restaurant. And there was a guy that made a YouTube video about it, and he went like to a bunch of the ones in the United States, and then he flew over to Australia to go to the Outback in Australia. and they tone it down on the theming over there, and it's more like just a normal steakhouse in Australia. So until I visit the one in Australia, I can't tell you if it's the best or not. That's a long tirade to get to the point of I can't tell you until I go to Australia. Lambert's around Missouri, they throw rolls, says Brickyard Brickhead. I've never heard of that one, so I have to check that one out if I ever go that way. No more cup races for Zilich this year, says Jamie Schweitzer. Yep, he's going to focus on winning that championship for Xfinity. Who is the brand ambassador for Ram? Maybe Matt Crafton. They released a few of them. It's a bunch of social media guys so far, but we'll see who else they add. Cletus McFarland, I feel like, has got a chance to be one of them. So is it Ram for trucks and Dodge for Cup? Says one wise guy. Yeah, Ram trucks, and then Dodge will be in Cup. Yeah, that because they've split it off. I still call it Dodge either way, and I feel like most people do. But technically, Ram is now a separate brand, and that's who does all the trucks, and Dodge is the cars is just cars now. Texas Roadhouse, I think, is better than Outback, and could be. I don't know. They're both just kind of like themed chain restaurants, so I feel like they're tit for tat. B, who wins a cup race? Connor Zilich or Ty Gibbs? The Outback special used to be what drew people to Outback. It was like $12 for a steak, baked potato, bread, and a salad. So that was and a drink. That was like the big pull for Outback back in the day. As a young person who was dating, that was a very affordable place to take a date. BB, who wins a cup race for Connor Z or Ty Gibbs? Western Sizzler was the best, says Jamie Schweitzer. I still think I'm still going to go with Ty Gibbs there. Although I feel like Connor Zilich is probably going to have the bigger career. I do think Ty Gibbs is going to win before him, but I'll probably eat those words. I'm on a cool streak on predictions right now. I love the Bloomin' Onion though, says OJ and Toothpaste. Oh yeah, the Bloomin' Onion is definitely good. Longhorn is worth a mention. Outback, All Americans, LOL, says Dirty Def. For sure. I think some guys in Florida started it. Much like the Olive Garden. I think the Olive Garden was also a chain restaurant started in Florida. Dodge is looking for an engine manufacturer and the right teams to partner with before the Cup Series, with a potential return as early as 2027 or 2028 being speculated. And RCR would line up, and the rumors for that are just going to get hotter and hotter. Because of the colleague announcement here. Buckhorn Steakhouse in Winters, established in 1882, is by far the best steakhouse I've ever been to. They also have a saloon off to the side, says one wise guy. There you go. An actual saloon still exists. Pretty cool. Sushi is honestly better than coastal places. It tastes better. It tastes more different than all the freshest stuff, says John P. 7-Eleven sushi. Oh, for sure. 7-Eleven. They actually do a really good job with their food now. But back in the day, gas station sushi, yes, that is definitely a roll of the dice. No doubt about it. Chrysler/Dodge. It's it's not even called that anymore. It's I can't even remember the name of the company that actually owns them now. It's some weird name. T-bone steak and eggs at Denny's, only $22, says OJ and Toothpaste. Angelo's in Panama City is an awesome steakhouse. Always gets seasoning to take home. Hey, there you go, Panama City. More than just a place to spring break. Angelo's, according to Dirty Def. Can't forget about Ryan's. Oh, is there a Ryan's left? There used to be one in Roanoke Rapids right off of 85. I don't know if there's a Ryan's left anymore, though. I don't know if they exist or not. Anybody from Eastern North Carolina, does the Ryan's in Roanoke Rapids still exist? Denny Hamlin loves fishing, says In Between the Lanes. Olive Garden sucks. Frozen food being heated up, says OJ and Toothpaste. I like it, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I like Olive Garden pretty good. This is blaspheme. This is blaspheme, OJ. I'm going to have to stick up for Olive Garden. Endless breadsticks, and I like their food. I won't lie. So I can't lie. I'm going to go, I don't know. I'm with the Taylor Swift fans. I like Olive Garden. So we'll leave it at that. B. Angus Steakhouse was my favorite steakhouse in Oklahoma, north of Dallas, says Jamie Schweitzer. There you go. B. Angus Steakhouse in Oklahoma. Check that one out if you're in that area. Would be interesting if Bass Pro Shops ever did one-off with the law offices of James, Dennis, Allen, and Hamlin. That would be pretty cool. 7-Eleven back in the day used to have great nachos, says Joseph Wooten. For sure. Stellantis, thank you. Appreciate you, one wise guy. Stellantis. That's who owns all that stuff now. for sure. Have you eaten Ernie's near South Boston Speedway? I've driven by it a million times. I've never eaten there. I have eaten at Clarence's, which is on the back of Peyton Sellers. Well, not Peyton Sellers, but any of the Sellers cars. Clarence's was always the sponsor. Yeah, Clarence's is pretty good. Over there near Martinsville is where Clarence's is at. RCR, ECR engines would make sense for Dodge. Give RC enough money and he'll switch, says Camaro. Yeah, I think RC was the holdup. I think the other people that are going to be the future for Richard Childress Racing might have, if it happens, we don't know. If it happens, they're going to be the ones that made that move. It is going to be bizarre. It is going to be bizarre seeing an RCR Dodge, but you know what? It is what it is. I was a petty man, so it's not like I've never pulled for a Dodge before. So it's not going to slow me down, but it's gonna turn off a few people. What about Red Lobster? Red Lobster, I think they found out the hard way about Endless Shrimp. That almost bankrupted them, but they got a new CEO, and he's actually turned the company around. They're actually making a profit now. Red Lobster, the Cheddar Bay biscuits at Red Lobster, I think, are the pull for them. Breadsticks from Olive Garden are fire, says Dirty Duff. Got to give credit to NASCAR for creating the AMR safety team that travels the entire schedule. And yeah, they're not only used by NASCAR, but also other series. For sure, shout out to the AMR safety team that travels the entire schedule with each series, well-trained, and drivers trust them. Agree with you. Good shout out to the AMR safety team. Agreed. Olive Garden only has endless breadsticks because the food sucks, says Joseph Wooten. So there you go. Joseph, not an Olive Garden man. Shout out to 7-Eleven. I get candy and soda, also chips when I go to 7-Eleven. Says in between lanes. I like pretty much all the stuff at 7-Eleven is pretty good. 7-Eleven, last time I visited hometown, they had started making and selling chicken. It was very good, cheap, and good portions, says Shah. Yes, they've got these regional kitchens now where they cook the food fresh, and it's within 2 or 3 hours of wherever they're sending it to. So everything you get at 7-Eleven is actually made pretty fresh from a regional source. I think ours is either in Charlotte or Greensboro is the one for North Carolina. BB, does anyone, I forget where the one on the west, for the one for California is at. But there's a really cool video on it if you ever want to watch it. Let's see. I'm a big, I like 7-Eleven. I always have. I'm a 7-Eleven cult member. Let's see. Last time I visited, I just read that one. BD, does anyone in Cup Series have the same number as Dick Trickle? Jimmy Johnson, 84. Dick Trickle ran 84 his rookie year for Allison. He's also run the number 8. So Kyle Busch, technically. So yeah, there's a few people that run Dick Trickle's older numbers. RCR with Dodge on Earth 2, says Timber Race. Yeah, that's just a rumor because Colleague has already announced they're going to field Dodge truck teams. So people are saying, well, that means RCR is going to be racing Dodge. Now, whether or not that happens, because Colleague will field those Dodge truck teams from the RCR campus, which they rent space from, which doesn't mean that they're necessarily attached to RCR other than they just rent space at the same campus. But because it's the same campus, that has led to speculation that RCR is going to go to Dodge. So we will see if there's any fire to that smoke or if it's just innuendo and rumor. But that's what everybody is talking about right now. Last time I went to Red Lobster, there were only 2 lobsters in the tank, says one wise guy. Lobster, cheddar cheese biscuits, says Dirty Duff for sure. How about Dairy Queen? A lot of people hated Dairy Queen. I didn't hate it. They've got good ice cream, and I mean, it's fast food. So, it's a burger and fries. 7-Eleven is in Denver, North Carolina, Lincoln County. Okay, so there you go. Denver, North Carolina is the 7-Eleven cook shop. That would actually be the one closest to me. So, yeah, for sure. Appreciate you there, Jamie Schweitzer. Good looking out, my dude. I use the app when I go to 7-Eleven. Got to earn those points. Says in between the lanes. Yeah, there you go. If you go somewhere frequently, you better be using the app because there's all kinds of rewards programs now, for sure. Do you like Golden Corral? I used to as a little kid, but not anymore. The ice cream machine was the cool deal back in the day because they had all the desserts. So you suffered through the meal to get to the dessert buffet section. So that was as a little kid, that was the go-to. All we have in Alabama is Speedway, not 7-Eleven. Quick Trips are popping up everywhere, says Dirty Duff. Yeah, Speedway, pretty similar. You can still get like I know back in the day they did the Coke cans with all the Coke drivers on them. You could get those at Speedway, but they said it was only at 7-Eleven, but you could find them at Speedway too, because that's where I got all of mine. Yeah, you mean no more 7-Eleven hot dogs and what looks like they've been cooked for 2 days, says Joseph Wooden. Yep. That meme, unfortunately, is over with. They don't leave the tornadoes and all that good stuff just rolling on the hot dog roller forever anymore. Just got a speedway on my routes. They just opened up on the Talladega exit. There you go. I was not far from you, man. We will, if I go back ever again, we will see. Great stream today. Poll is up to 116 votes. This Camaro 50. Hey, there you go. There you go. I appreciate everybody voting on the poll. Poll question is still up if you want to get your vote in on it. Who do you want to see win the most today? I assume maybe we won't see Dodge Xfinity till 2027. Dodge don't want to be in Cup until 2027 at the earliest, in my opinion. He wants to be there by 2027. According to the Tim Kuniskas, the Dodge guy, technically the Ram guy, but he wants to be there. I think I said his name right. Fact check that because I might be wrong on that. But I think that's his name. He wants to be there as soon as possible. So he's making a big push. MPRE likely 2028 says Shah. So there you go. 2028 might be the soonest to get the Cup car there. A candy bar. Buy a candy bar, get one free. It says in between the lanes. There you go. There you go. 7-Eleven running the deals. If NASCAR sells those 6 charters, will any new owner just buy and field only one car? Oh, that's a loaded. So yes, there could be a situation where that happens, and I'll just give you the example that popped in my head. I could see Dale Jr. buying one charter and then just linking up and being a Hendrick team. Sort of like what the Wood brothers do with Penske. So yes, and that would be the only scenario where I could see it really working out well. Otherwise, it's going to be hit or miss, sort of like the 47 Hayek team is. Flamethrower at Dairy Queen says Couch Commander 5000. That's his go-to at the Dairy Queen there. Whataburger is in Hickory and Charlotte too, I think. Yeah, they got them all over the place, but Texas is the one that kind of overhypes them. Is all I was getting at there. But yeah, Whataburger is all over the place. Yeah, for sure, Jamie Schweitzer. I should have cleared that up. Yeah, appreciate you, my man. The closest 7-Eleven to me, what is in downtown Spokane is it's a sketchy area. It says Joseph Wooten. Yeah, sometimes the gas stations, you got to go there in the daytime for sure. Sometimes, and sometimes not at all. Sometimes when I go to 7-Eleven, I look at in-store deals when it comes to candy, soda, or chips. You got to, my man. I voted for Kyle, says Jamie Schweitzer. Remember Ryan Newman, Tornadoes, number 39 scheme? I do. That's actually what made me try Tornadoes back in the day. 7-Eleven owns Speedways, says Dirty Diff. Yep, for sure. Basically the same company. The Chevy rep for the Zillich announcement kind of hinted how Chevy has things to work on. I took it as a new actual make of Chevy being introduced, says Jamie Schweitzer. Either that or Chevy's just going to change the nose of what they've currently got and just keep calling it the Chevrolet. There's a lot of speculation that that's what could happen. I think Bob Pockris reported on that. Somebody like that, though, I shouldn't say the reporter's name, but there was an actual reporter that put his name to it that it's just going to be just a nose and face change, but it's not going to be an actual car. So either one could happen, or they could release a new car. So we'll just have to see. Braycard seems to think with his connections that Chevrolet is so far away from possibly releasing a new car that it would just be years and years for the actual street car to actually show up. So all kinds of and he does a great job. I've never really seen him miss with a rumor. So I trust what he's saying too. So just going to be interesting to see what Chevrolet does going forward. Yeah, for sure. What do you think about the Haas factory team's future? What does it look like? I think their future is bright. It just depends on who they're going to link up with. I feel like they will link up with somebody. So I feel like it is bright. Do you think Honda will join NASCAR? Thanks. I was wondering about what Chevy was doing, says Jimmy. I do think Honda does come into NASCAR, and I think the team that they go to is going to be Trackhouse, and that is just a guess. Allegedly, all that good stuff. That's just a 100% guess. Spot on, BB. Chevy will have changes next year, says Dirty Duff. There you go. They're going to probably change the nose, and it'll probably just continue to be called the Chevrolet. The Chevrolet. I think Haas drops Cole Custer after 2026, says Jamie Schweitzer. Yeah, it depends on who they can get to put in there, and it's going to depend on alliances and all kinds of stuff like that. You can see a Jesse Love, a Corey Haim. It just depends on how all that shakes out over there with Legacy and Toyota, or does somebody else step in and partner up with them. Carson Voppel in the 2-car in 2027, says OJ and Toothpaste. That could definitely be a situation because you hear all the rumors about Carson Voppel going and driving the Xfinity Series car next year for Penske. So we'll have to see how all that plays out. Have a great race, folks, says Chris MV. Indeed. I hope everybody has a great race. And I think the pre-race will start in about an hour for that. So, all right. Final results of the poll question. Kyle Busch, 51%, 18% for any RFK car, 9% for Reddick or Bowman, and 22% for someone 25th or worse in points. And that's the way this one's going to end. My Chevrolet Mystery Machine, or the Chevrolet Mystery Car, says Asha. All right, that's going to be it for this one. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Good luck to your fantasy teams. Hope they survive the Daytona Wreck Fest that's probably going to happen. And good luck to your favorite driver. Hope they do well as well. And until the next one, peace.